All right. Welcome to another impactful episode of Stories That Impact. It's number 32. Oh, I can't believe it. And I've got two lovely ladies with me today. Hello, Ankita, and hello, Shubhangi. Welcome.
Hello,
Hello.
thank you for
Thank you
having
so
me.
much.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for honoring your presence onto my show. Let me start off with Ankita, introducing Ankita first. Ankita Muwal from Chandigarh, India. That's the northern part of India. She holds a master's of business administration and work field now in working now in promoting holistic lifestyle. Her degrees are in science and management, but her experiences have turned her into a holistic lifestyle educator. She has battled, survived, and reversed an incurable skin condition called hit. And please spare me when I pronounce this word. It is difficult for me. It is Hidradenitis Suppurativa. Let me term it as HS. Going forward, the ladies can explain what exactly it is, and it's not good. I saw some images when I googled it. Now she devotes maximum time of her living life to help, enable, empower, and mentor people to transform into a living, good, healthy life. She also started doing a few YouTube videos, not professionally, but I know she's good. She just doesn't agree with that. Well, today she shares her story, how her life changed after being diagnosed with HS, and how modern medicines gave up, saying that it's incurable. Her body transformation started with mind, and then she educated herself as a holistic lifestyle, ancient Ayurveda, Unani, Naturopathy, fitness, and nutrition. She's helped several people, and our next guest, Shubhangi, is one of them. Wonderful. Let me also introduce Shubhangi now before I turn on the mic to both of them. Shubhangi Sharan is from Lucknow, again, India. That's like the northern central part of the India, or it's in the center. Shubhangi, you can correct me if I'm wrong later. Shubhangi, a girl basically who was once hopeless and in a lot of pain and had lost all hope and freedom, battling this HS problem or disease, I would say. And she continued to beat it. And she thought of everything that she could do to come out of it. She actually lost herself at one point in time. This disease impacted her life. She considered every possible way to end the pain, but she wasn't able to. After doing battling for a long time, she didn't quit, and she found a friend, a healer, Ankita, who helped her in the divine order. That is one amazing thing. And when I spoke to these two ladies earlier, and when I saw the earlier images and the transformation, I couldn't. I showed it to my wife, and I'm like, oh my god, it's such a horrendous sort of a disease in a way, for a person to have it, and that too at a young age, and to go through the mental pressures as well. Now I need to stop, and I need to pass on to Ankita to hear what exactly it is, and also help the my viewers and world, how what happened, and how she came out of it. Ankita.
Thank you, Amit, firstly, for the lovely introduction and for giving me an opportunity to share my story. So, uh,
Well,
I, And you don't have to be apologetic about the pronunciation. Even Shubhangi and I struggled. It sounds scary. I mean, HS is a better way to express it. And it is called Hidradenitis Suppurativa. It's an autoimmune condition wherein the body basically gets confused whether to protect itself or attack. So there are painful open zits inside the skin and painful lumps, especially in the underarms, groin area, hip area, basically where you have friction. And it can happen basically anywhere, but there's a lot of taboo associated with it. I mean, one, because these are private parts, so the person is not comfortable showing it to others. Second, also there is so much of misinformation and misdiagnosis that the person himself or herself is confused. For example, I had such lumps or such boils since 2010, but I used to visit dermatologists. They used to prescribe some antibiotics, and I used to take them. That used to suppress the condition, but never I never bothered that what was wrong inside my body. Why such condition in the first place? So it is, I mean, not a very common name, HS, but close to 3 to 4% of the world population suffers from this, which is not a small number. And research also confirmed that the pain that anyone goes through uh, during HS, especially stage 3 HS, is more than what a mother experiences during delivery.
Oh my God. Could you explain, if you don't mind, what is this stages?
So stage 1, there are, just like cancer has different stages, so this disease has different stages. So small lumps are basically, I mean, the more severe it is, the stage gets, I mean, increased. So basically it's that. So stage 1 is basically small lumps and small zits on the skin, and then, I mean, it can even be as big as a golf ball sized or even pea sized.
And Ankita, I just want to know that, and I'm sorry if I'm taking you back into those memory times, but I want people to understand, how did before you found your way of healing and things like that, what were your experiences? What was the situation in your head? How did people react? And, were they supportive? Who were supportive? How did it go on? What was your life during those time?
Uh, it took me a lot of time. Firstly, I mean, like I told you, I had this condition since 2010, but I was not diagnosed till it reached the last stage. And in the year 2017, I was literally in a position wherein I was unable to even wear my clothes. I used to wear big sized clothes so that the and dark colored clothes, basically because there's a lot of pus and blood around my body. I mean, through these wounds. So I used to keep hiding myself because I was not knowing what is wrong inside my body. And I used to visit so many doctors, but dermatologists and even Ayurvedic doctors, and I mean homeopathy and whatnot. But it was all, I mean, that didn't help me. I used to read so many books as well, and obviously the experiences were not so good. Rather, I would call them traumatic. And uh, but once, beat any situation, beat any goal, one thing that one needs to do is accept. So the final day, then I was all alone. I was working for a pharma company in Hyderabad, and I went to the doctor, and that was my diagnosis day. And she told me I had this disease. I could not sleep that day after I was diagnosed because I never thought I mean, I was not prepared that I can have something incurable. And the whole night I kept Googling what are the symptoms. And honestly, the people through my videos, especially the people who suffer through it from HS, they find it relatable because my diagnosis day I was relieved, or you can say happy, because I finally knew, okay, there's something wrong inside my body. There's a medical terminology to it. At least the doctors recognize it, that there's something wrong inside my body. But for so many years I was just rejected. I mean, given another set of antibiotics, or maybe steroids or injections, or maybe I was called, you are probably not hygienic. It's not related to external hygiene at all. It's more related, even if anyone has to call it that it is related to hygiene, then I would say it is related to internal hygiene, your mental and your physical health, but not related to external hygiene. So, and then I had sleepless nights. I was not in a position to tell my family or my friends or anyone, because there was lot of I mean I wasn't sure that how will people accept me, because all my life they've seen me achieving good things, and they have seen my progressive behavior, and how will they react once they know I I was unable to accept my reality. And I was literally in a position, I used to stay alone, and my work demanded me to travel a lot. I was looking after the business development, and but then in December, I finally made peace with myself that I don't know how life is going to shape from here, but my body was screaming for help to a point. I mean, I was unable to do anything, because you cannot imagine doing anything doing without your arms, without your legs, and my arms and my legs were not supporting me at all. I mean, you cannot imagine doing any of your day-to-day tasks. It took a toll on my mental health very badly. My phone was also, I mean, because there were so many rumors also that what happened to Ankita, because I was off the social media, off. I mean, I was not connected even to my friends, because there was, I was unsure that I don't know whether I will even survive or not.
True, true, true. My God.
So
I mean, sorry. No, when you said that you're incurable, and I could just, I'll not say I understand, because I've never been through this point, but I can only imagine when you get to know that, oh my God, this is like a, and you don't know much, because like you said, the doctors have been experimenting on you for a
yeah,
long time. And let me just take a pause here, and I'll just want to share two comments that I have. It's and these came when you shared your story. Neil says, "My God, and you are a blessed girl, Ankita. Both of you are." Thank you, Neil, uh, for your comments. Indeed, both of them are. And let me take a pause here, Ankita, and let me go to Shubhangi and understand from her about her story, and her struggle that she went through. Shubhangi, could you please unmute? Thank
Thank
you.
you for having me. I mean, it's uh, surprising for me to acknowledge that I'm on a public platform. I'm going to tell my story. There was a time where, to address that I had this disease, like I didn't even know that it was a disease. It was something. I mean, doctors used to cringe when they looked at me. They used to cringe, like, "Oh my God, what is this?" I've been through many surgeries, like 15 centimeter surgeries and all, and they didn't even know why they were doing it. They were just, like, okay, it is something, we need to remove it, and they removed it, and it didn't had any impact on me, or like did anything good for me. So I was in 12th standard. We're dealing with my boards, and I was a secure person. I was never like doubted me for something. But that those doctors, this disease made me so vulnerable, like I cannot explain you. uh, I used to talk to myself at nights like, is this happening to me? I'm a good child. I mean, why is this happening to me? And if there was one day where I was like, I was operated, and this the pain was so excruciating for me. Like I just asked ki, if I did something wrong, like, okay, then just end it and don't let me allow me to see morning next day. Uh, but I said the words were, if I sleep, don't let me wake up the next morning. But the thing was, I didn't sleep. I was not able to sleep for so many days. I made a deal with God where I put the clause of me sleeping. I was not able to sleep for so many days. So it was not going to happen, and I I've been so hopeless in those days. I mean, like, I was blessed with my friends, my family. They had me. I mean, those they are the reason that I am alive, or like I'm able to speak, I'm able to smile. This disease is so shattering. This disease is so shattering. Like, I'm even shivering right now. I If I remember those days, I start to flutter. I My hands are like right now shivering. uh, uh, I can't. The, I was not able to wear normal dresses. I was not able to live a normal life. To go to washroom was a luxury for me. Like, I used to not drink water because I know if I'll drink water, I'll have to battle my way through it. So I've
My
done
God.
many. Yeah, it's been this disease is like, I've been misdiagnosed so many times. I have like for 3 years I was the guinea pig of Lucknow. From I like knocked every door. I went to like every Baba and all to just like treat me. If this is the doing of God, like, let's just please just end it. I mean, I'm able to. I did havans. I did langar and all just to get rid of this. Didn't happen. Then I meet her, like, my friends found her, and I'm now good. I'm healed.
Wow, wow, wow. Bangi, let me first put a comment from my friend from Sweden, Rafael. Hey, Rafael, thanks. He says, put our daily problems in perspective. We take our health so for granted. Thank you for sharing. Absolutely, Rafael. You're absolutely right. I mean, uh, it pains, when you both are talking about your situations and at an early age, and situation and the talk that you mentioned, that you don't let me not get up the next time, I mean, if I sleep. And probably God had good plans for you, Shubhangi, that God didn't let you sleep on the first place. Okay, I know it's bad, it's horrible to think at that time, because you have sleepless nights, your body is too tired. But maybe God have different plans. God have plans for you to meet Ankita further, and be the best version of yourselves, both of you. Now let me take it to Ankita. uh, Ankita, share with me, so what happened next? How did you come to a place where you are now and educating the world about this? Share that.
Yeah. So first thing, when Shubhangi said all her experiences were relatable to me as well, because coming from India, I also did everything possible. I mean, I was also like a guinea pig doing all this. Okay, you go and bath in this place, you'll get rid of the incurable. You do this, you visit this saint, and I've done that all. So one thing is that, and honestly, day in and day night, I used to search, can I find something to treat myself? Is there any one person who can help me to get through this? I did not find anyone. So, and the like, she had immense trust on me right from day one. So I had trust on someone who has and I mean not been through HS, but she had a different health goal, and to which modern medicines could not find a treatment. So she's my close family friend, and she gave me a contact about, I mean, who I call my holistic health mentor, Shri Amar Chandel. So my foundation about holistic healing is strong because I met him. And I did not meet him like it was not handed over to me in a platter. I used to pray day in and out. And the first thing, like gratitude, I would say gratitude helped me to attract all the good things I have in my life right now. So first thing that I did, even before I started healing, or I had absolute zero knowledge about what is going wrong inside my body, I wrote on my wall, "Thank you for healing me." And that I've learned from the movie The Secret, and I've shared about it on my channel as well. So gratitude is such a, I mean, simple tool, but it has helped me immensely to transform myself. And that's how it all started. And then eventually I met one of my mentors, but there were few things that did not agree with my body, so it demanded me to educate myself more. So it was a process. Then I got to know many more people, and then finally it was challenging. Once I transformed myself completely. uh, and then Times of India and 2 3 newspapers wrote about me recently also. Then I wrote about my story on a platform called Fitbit. So uh, because I did not want to be judged, and we have more people from the West there. So I wrote about my story on Fitbit, thinking that maybe I'll gain some acceptance there. So I wrote there, and fortunately, I met someone who's connected to me, and Times of India got to know about me through Fitbit. And once I wrote about myself there, then I started, and then I felt the moral obligation. Okay, no doubt my credentials are different. I can anyway join the corporate back whenever I wish to join. And maybe probably that can even help me earn more money. But honestly, been through so much pain, I my values have changed, and my perspective towards life has changed. So I thought I need to share what has benefited me. So because I could not find anyone else who was doing this, so that is why I started shared my story through YouTube, through other platforms. And then I created, and then other people were surprised to see my bodily transformation. Like I was obese and all of that. And the way it's not just bodily transformation, but the things that I started talking about, my values, my perspective. So everyone was shocked to see, because I was not a grateful person at all. So I wanted to get into IIM Ahmedabad, but I got into another institute. So I used to crib that I did not. Uh, I mean, the benchmark that I decided to achieve, decided for myself, I did not do that. But then I'm truly grateful for everything I've been through, be it the pain, be it the traumatic experiences, be it, I mean, if that would not have been there, I would not have been able to do what I have done today. And this is really empowering. Although I had sleepless nights, I had so much of rejection, injections, rejections, and whatever you may call. And then I created my presentations and all. Few people wanted to know, so I said, okay, let's see how am I being accepted as a educator, as a mentor. So I designed my program called Self Heal. That's my paid program. So through that, I started doing presentations around me and through online. And today, close to 100 people. I mean, I've educated close to 100 people. Uh, And I'm so grateful. It's and most of my clients are females, and I truly feel blessed because when a female takes charge of her health, it's also she educates her children, her parents, and same thing happened with me as well. So my entire family, extended friends, college mates, and everyone, they tell me that, and I'm so grateful that I, from being a pessimistic person, now they see me as a positive influence.
Absolutely. And you're absolutely right. When a female is trained and educated, every person eventually is trained and educated in the right way. You're absolutely right. And it's so amazing to hear your journey from where you are. And I think I met you online few months ago. And that's where I started seeing your videos. And that's how I know. And I think the YouTube video where you introduce yourself and you actually show your past and everything, in the form of photos, that actually got me that, oh my God, I need to get Ankita onto my show. Because I want to share with people, because the idea of stories that impact was that, uh, everyone has a life, right? And there's many things that goes on, right? But I cannot, the reason I started the show was because I cannot ask God to cut my leg and then I run a half marathon, I show how good I am, right? So but I know there are many many folks, and I don't even know, like HS I would have never heard, believe me, never. Though I come from a family of doctors in a way, but I've never heard about it. And so your story was is really inspirational. And now let's move to Shubhangi. Thank you very much. Let's move to Shubhangi to hear how she met you and what happened from there.
I read the comment where someone said that I'm really blessed. Yes, I mean, I used to consider myself cursed, but now, yes, I am blessed. I everything that I endured, the surgeries, the injections, steroids, I am blessed for everything. Like, okay, it happened. I endured all this thing just to meet her. So it's all worth it. I mean, she healed me. Physically, mentally, emotionally. I mean, if I am over here talking about myself, smiling and all, like all confident, it's all because of her. I mean, in my social life, in my college, everyone is like, okay, you have changed, like in a good way. I mean, yes, I have changed and I've worked for it, and everything goes to her. I uh, I changed I changed my whole life. I went for holistic lifestyle as she can advise me to do, and it healed me. Uh, like I told you, it healed me like inside and out. I have no active flare ups. I have transformed. Like I was obese. Like I was more. I even if anyone didn't knew that I was going through this disease, anyone who saw me will consider like, okay, something was wrong with me. Like I was so obese and sad, and I mean it was on my face that I was going through something. I but right now I'm like I have to buy my whole of wardrobe because I've transformed so much, and people like what happened, and they complimenting me. So I'm liking all of those things too.
Of course, it always feels nice. And the best thing is I like that you've been transformed inside out,
Yeah.
because that
I
is
was a
the
prisoner of my own flesh, like I was not able to get rid of something. I didn't even know why it was happening to me. She healed that flesh. I mean, she didn't even do anything. It was like she just talked to me. She advised me. No medicine, nothing. Like it wasn't even required like a box of something. It was just talking to her. She advised me. I did everything that she told me, and I'm like, she cured an incurable disease. It's like some miracle. I mean, it's an incurable disease. She cured it. Like I tell you, I have no active flare-ups right now. I'm just it's it's after 3 4 years I am completely normal. It's just
Wow.
because of her. She's a miracle. I mean, I tell you, everyone who is watching it, she's a miracle.
Fantastic, fantastic. Wow, let me share a couple of comments that come came from Neil around 10 minutes back. Uh, there it is, Shubhangi, dear. You're smiling throughout your story tells me a lot about your struggles and strength too. The journey of pain ends right now. You were never meant to be normal cause you are special. And the second one comes from Neil again on where Ankita said about women. We exist because of you. You women complete us. Thank you for existing. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you
Oops,
so
I'm sorry.
much.
Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh my God. This has been one of the eye-opening, heartwarming episodes for me. And that's the impact. You ladies have impacted, I'm sure, many who are watching now and many who will be watching later, and of course me as well, and our viewers. Now let me ask. This is we're almost at the tail end of the episode. I asked this traditional question to all of my guests, and the question goes like this: do you feel that storytelling or stories impact? If you tell the story, your story or someone else's story, do you think storytelling helps? And if yes, why? Let's start with Ankita.
Undoubtedly, a big yes. I mean, um, I feel that biggest leaders, they indulge into storytelling, and that's how you can influence people. And that's what has helped me to reach a larger audience as well. Sharing, being real, being true, and that's what helped me to connect with Shubhangi and other people across the oceans. I recently did a storytelling event, in Chicago also. That also helped me. So, undoubtedly, storytelling helps, and it has helped me as well as my clients also to reach me. So, it is indeed very powerful.
Awesome, awesome. That's fantastic. That's really nice to hear that your stories are now traveling the globe. With this show, at least, we made it to Sweden as well. Fantastic, fantastic. Shubhangi, what are your thoughts on that?
If storytelling didn't exist, I mean, I was not able, I will not be able to live. I mean, if she didn't tell her story, I will, I would have never found her. I would have never healed. I would have never been this normal, this special person that I am right now. Storytelling is like the source of my life right now. It's really very important, and the impact that it creates, the impact, it's like living over here. I live because of storytelling, so it's really very important.
Absolutely, absolutely true. If Ankita wouldn't have started her story in the first place on Fitbit and going on to Times of India and so on to YouTube and so forth, you're absolutely right. You wouldn't have met her. Fantastic. Great, great. It's been a pleasure. And now let me talk to the audience here, to my lovely, lovely viewers. You can connect with Ankita on YouTube, Instagram, and her on her website. I'm just going to paste it here. You can find all the details in the profiles wherever you're going to check it. And you can also connect with Shubhangi on her Insta ID, and I've pasted that as well. So that's Facebook, YouTube, and there you go, and everywhere it's there. Fantastic. Do connect with them, understand what it is. If you find someone who needs some help, okay, it might not be related to HS, but it might be something that the modern science is not able to give the answers. It doesn't harm to ping Ankita and check with her, what exactly it is. Because now, after going through several things, after going through several so many years now and working towards it, I'm sure there is many things that she could help you with. How I know this is because I keep checking her, on Facebook. You have these stories, right? So she's got a lot of stories where she talks to many, many, many people, and they're like snippets. And I do make it a point that at least once in 2, 3 days, I go through those snippets to know, what she talks about, including even on dairy and, other things. And of course, and if you want to know more on Shubhangi and her story, please connect with her. She is doing her English honors, if I'm correct. Right? Yeah. So please connect with her and understand how she went through what exactly happened. And there's a couple of last comment. Rafael says, uplifting. Thank you, ladies, for blessing my fat day. Oh, my day, actually. It's not my fact. You wanted to say day. All right. So, blessing his day in Sweden. That's fantastic. And Neil says, would be honored to share your story further. Absolutely, Neil. Thank you very much for doing that as well. Please do so. All right. With that, and if you, lovely audience, you want to connect with me and share your story as impactful as Shubhangi and Ankita, do ping me. And with that, Ankita, Shubhangi, I'm just going to unmute you both. You can unmute yourself, please. Oh, fantastic. And thank you very much for coming to my show and blessing it with your presence and with your lovely, lovely, impactful story. And I'm very happy to see you both smiling here. And I wish you both all the blessings and all the luck in the world, that you keep smiling and be happy and stay happy and spread this good word across the world.
Thank you. You continue to do this amazing work that you do. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much, Amit. It really means a lot to me that you found time and we did this interview sort of thing. And I'm really fortunate that you helped me to share my story and as well as Shubhangi's story, because I wanted to tell the audience that I'm no superhero, although I call her a superhero because she is younger than me, and every time I talk to her, she just amazes me with the level of confidence and the choice of words she uses often, and I feel truly blessed to meet you both, and thank you so much for giving me your time and helping me to share my story.
Thank you. Thank you. And let me just say this last thing. It's very interesting. Now I remembered when Ankita said superhero. So when I connected with Ankita, I asked her that, we'll have a show, and she told me about Shubhangi. And she sent me Shubhangi's contact number. And the contact number was superhero Shubhangi. So I just wanted to say, because it's saved in my phone like that. Mongi. It's quite interesting. But again, thank you very much, ladies, and have a wonderful, blessed day and the rest of the year and rest of your life. God bless you both.
Wishing you the same, Amit. Thanks a lot. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
thank you.
All right. Take care.